Hi guys, welcome to the channel. In today's video we're going to do a deck profile on one of my favourite commander decks. It is mono green and it is Sevala, Heart of the Wild. Sorry for the reflection there. She is a 3 mana commander, so 2 green and 1, and she says whenever another creature enters the battlefield, its controller may draw a card if its power is greater than each creature's power. Or you can pay green, tap her, and she makes, for instance, 2 mana. We're going to get into the creatures. So to start off with, there's a lot of creatures. First creature being a Fierce Empath. Says it's a cost free. When it enters, you can look in your library for a mana value 6 or greater, reveal it, put it into your hand. So it's a nice search. Then you got Path. This says whenever Path attacks, creatures I control get trample and +X, where X is the greatest power among creatures I control. So usually it's right near the end you'd cast that because that's a game winner. Vorinclex. It is the good Vorinclex that says when it enters, go grab 2 lands from your library, pay 8, and then you get to do all the fun shenanigans, mill 10, go grab some creatures, distribute 7 1/1 counters, and then make it so creatures can fight. Give me 1 second. Next we've got Zopandril. He makes it so at the beginning of the combat you double all your power, and you can pay 2 life and 1 to sacrifice 2 other creatures, make him indestructible. Really good card, costs 7 mana. And then you've got Lumra. Sorry, I keep knocking this. Lumber is a really good card. It's obviously 6 mana. As you can see by the stars, it doesn't get its power is equal to forests that you control. So when it enters, you mill 4, return all your lands. Next, you've got the Galta. Obviously, it's really good. It's red cheap. Usually, the majority of the time, you're casting it for 2. Greater Behemoth. It's basically a game winner. When it enters, every creature gets +X, where it's the number of creatures you control. Love that card art as well. The other, Galta, which is really good because when you cast it, majority of the time you win because you're just putting all your big stuff in your hand. It's a 12/12 as well. Then you've got Tyranirex, which is fun. Can't be countered. It's an 8/8 with Trample, Toxic 4, Ward 4, and Haste. So you play this, boom. The other Vorinclex, which is probably not nice, it's the one that says your mana all taps for 1 more, everyone else's doesn't untap. Avengers Zendikar, and with my Avengers Zendikar comes these cool saplings. Obviously Avengers Zendikar says when it enters, you make a 0/1 green plant for each land you control. So majority of the time you do it right at the end. What's next? Apex Devastator, Cascade. Really good. You pay 10 mana, you go find loads of good stuff out your deck. Zuza, put extra lands into play, which is something you do kind of need. Beast Whisperer, whenever you cast a creature, draw a card. Oh dear. The next one is Renata. She's good. I use her more to make me mana. So her power is equal to the green devotion. So a lot of the time you play her right at the end, and then all of the creatures get +1/+1s. It's a really good removal. So Terastodon says when this enters, destroy up to 3 target non-creature permanents. For each permanent you destroy, make a 3/3 elephant. This is a 9/9. It's a good way to stop stuff. Eternal Witness, to grab stuff out of the graveyard. Coiled Great Worm, it's a new one. It says whenever a creature you control deals combat damage during your turn, put that many 1/1 counters on it. You may cast this card from your graveyard by removing 6 1/1 counters from among creatures you control, in addition to paying their other costs. It's really good. Quest and Beast, it's always fun. It's got all the nice keywords. Obviously it's Vigilance, Death Touch, Haste. It can't be blocked by power 2 or less. Combat damage can't be prevented. And then when it deals combat damage, it deals that much to a target planeswalker as well, which is really nice. Improvised Great Worm. It's 16/16. It's got Convoke. Obviously you can't see that, and it's also indestructible. Really good when you've got this out and her, because then she taps for 16 mana. A lot of the time you just win then. Canterbloom, really good for just removal and proliferating, but you never really proliferate unless you're going to go toxic. Blood Ripok Fairy. This is good if you're against like a treasure deck, because what it does, so it costs 3. It's got Toxic 2. It says when it enters, you and an opponent make a treasure. Whenever an opponent sacrifices a non-creature token, that player gets 2 poison counters, so it makes people not want to use their treasures. Omnath, he's really good. Means all your unspent mana doesn't get lost, and he gets +1/+1 for all of it. Oracle lets you look at the top card of your library, play extra lands. The sort of stuff that you really need with this deck is extra lands. Fanacle of Rondes, obviously it taps for a green, but it can tap for 4 if you have power 4 or more, which a lot of the time you do. Gaia Graters, whenever another creature enters, put a 1/1 counter on him, or create a tapped treasure, or you gain 2 life. Priest of Titania, Lamwar Elves, there is one more. The free elf package, because she's also an elf, so she'll be tapping for 4 mana. It's really good. Obviously Gaia Graters is also an elf. Don't really need to explain them, they make mana. You got Loot. Loot's really good. Play additional lands, tap for 6, look at the top 6 cards, put a creature onto the battlefield. Ogier, it's really good just because when it flips over it's a land, and it does some really cool stuff. When you deal combat damage, reveal that many cards on the top of your library. You may put a creature card into play, so it's another put a creature card. Bramble Familiar. I never really use this one, just use it for mana. Yavra gives all my creatures flash, which is nice. Having flash and green is really fun. Nyx Bloom Ancient, all my mana taps for 3, so taps 3 times. A new card that I've added is this Safekeeper. I can sacrifice a land, make something indestructible, or have Shroud, which is really good. Seabold Muse means all my permanents on tap. Goreclaw, Terror of... yeah, I can't say the rest of that. Creatures with power 4 or greater, cost 2 less to cast. Whenever it attacks, each creature gets with power 4 or greater gets +1/+1 and gains trample. So it's a nice thing to do. Helps you get all your good creatures out. Tranquil Throwback is really fun. When it enters, you pay again a 3 extra mana, and you can destroy target artifact or enchantment, exile someone's graveyard, or gain 4 life. So you just pay the extra mana because you've always got it. And then Gaia's Herald, creature spells can't be countered. So that's it for creatures. Move on to Planeswalkers. There's only one. Play Nissa. So she is a... Oh, is it going to focus? There we go. She costs 5. She lets all your lands additionally tap for 1 more. She lets you untap a land, put +1/+1 counter on it, turns to a creature. But it's the big one. So when she's at 8 loyalty, you can then sacrifice... Well, you get an emblem that says... Lands are indestructible. Search the library for any number of forests. Put them onto the battlefield. Tapped. So yeah, which is a good way to extend. Moving on. Let's move on to instances and sorceries. So Cosmic Hunger. Destruction kind of thing. You make your creature fight someone else. Regrowth. Return a card from a graveyard. It's really good to have. Woodley Tutor. Search if I want to go for like end game or start the game, I want to go get something they need. And then Natural Order. I'm not sure if this is an instant or sorcery, but this says sacrifice creature, put a creature into play from your library. So another search outlet. Let's move on to sorceries. Rishkar's Expertise. Draw cards equal to power, which is what you need in this deck. You may cast a mana value 5 or less. Tooth and Nail, you never cast it unless you're going to entwine it, because it means you can go search for 2 big creatures. Confluence is choose 3. You may choose them more than once. Put 2 1/1 counters, return target opponent card from your graveyard to your hand, search your library for a basic land, and put it onto the battlefield tapped. Really good for 6 mana. Kodama's Reach, Regrowth. And yeah, so Kodama's Reach and Regrowth both do the same thing. Go find your lands from your library, put them into play. Final Devastation. Pay loads of mana into it. Go find your biggest creature, put it into play. Contest Claws, which is really fun. You make target creature deal X damage, excess, go discover X, where X is the excess. So it's another way of getting creatures into play, and it only costs 2 mana. Expend the Sphere and Genesis Wave. Both very similar by looking through your library, helping you see what's in the library and then put things into play. A new card that I've been playing with that I really enjoy, Primal Surge. So it costs 10, but it says exile the top card of your library. If it's a permanent card, you may put it onto the battlefield. If you do, repeat it. So you just keep going. So you just play your whole library basically, very quickly. I've played it a few times and it's just gone out of control. Let's move on to artifacts. Staff of Domination is basically, so let me show you all the infinite combo. So, because there's a few ways of going infinite. So, if you have any of these 4, you basically win the game. Staff, you have your commander and a mana. You can pay 1 to, or you pay, so you basically pay to tap her, then you pay 3 to untap her, tap her. You would gain 1 mana each time. But so you can go infinite with this. You can go infinite with this and her, and you just attach it for 0, and you can basically tap her, untap her, tap her, untap her. You know, 1,000 year elixir. Lets you pay mana to untap her, and it gives a haste, which is what you need. And then you've got Sword of Runes, which equipped to her makes it go infinite as well. So, and being serialized is really nice. So therefore, the infinite combo artifacts. Then you've got the Great Henge, which it reduces when you're playing big creatures, which I play a lot of them. Tap it for 2 green, gain 2 life. Whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, put a 1/1 counter on it, draw a card. Really good. Majority of the time you're casting it for 2. Emerald Medallion, green spells cost 2 less. No, cost 1 less. Sol Ring, who, like, you always run a Sol Ring. Taps for 2 mana, and the 1 ring. Don't need to really explain them. Most people know what them cards are. Then you've got Garruk's Uprising. So it's cost 3. Whenever it enters, or a creature with power 4 or greater, draw a card. Creatures get trample. When a creature with power 4 or greater enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card. Virtue of Knowledge. It's an enchantment, but you mostly cast it for this one, which is all your mana taps for 3. Can't remember what the other one does because I never use it for that. Then you have Asceticism. Creatures have hexproof, because that's the biggest problem with this deck, is you just die to a lot of like removal. Tribute of the Word Tree. It's another one that says when creatures enter, draw cards, which is what you kind of need. Defense of the Heart, which is a fun one. So it costs 4, but at the beginning of my upkeep, if someone else has 3 or more creatures, I can sacrifice it, search my library for up to 2 creatures, and put them onto the battlefield. Really good, right at the start. Up the Beanstalk is another one that says enter, when a creature enters, mana 5 or greater, draw a card. And then you've got Lurking Predators, which is probably my favourite card in the whole deck. When an opponent casts a spell, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature card, put it into the battlefield. Otherwise, you may put that card at the bottom of your library. So it's really good because it just goes mental so quickly. Let's move on to lands. So you have a hideaway land, I think it's called like moss something. So you hide something under it, hideaway 4. Then you have Castle Greenberg, which is just a mana, and the Hunter Maze. The only difference is this one can be sacrificed and draw a card. This one you can pay 4 mana into it to get 6. And then the one of the main procs is Guy's Cradle, because why would you play it? And then land wise, I play 26 lands, and it is all the same land of forests. But yeah, that is basically my Sevala deck. So one thing that I can show you, so 3 mana, you have Sevala, 3 mana, and then so you have Staff Domination. So you play Staff Domination, you tap her for 2 mana, which then you tap for 3, untap, tap, make an infinite amount of mana, just like that. It's very straightforward, very simple. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video is fairly quick, fairly straightforward. I was just trying to make it so you guys can see what kind of deck I play. A lot of pack videos will come out soon. I'm just trying to sort that all out. That's going to be like the main thing we're going to do on this channel, but I will do some deck profiles, maybe some gameplay eventually. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe, and see you in a bit. Peace.